Hey everybody, KC here. So I heard a reference on a podcast the other day, and it was a reference that I'd never heard in this context before. And the person who was speaking was talking about Jar Jar Binks Syndrome. And you may remember Jar Jar Binks. He was a character that was in The Phantom Menace, which is when George Lucas decided after years after having made the first 3 Star Wars movies, he was going to go back and make 3 prequels. Jar Jar Binks was a character in it, almost universally reviled. And Jar Jar Binks basically reflected some of the worst possible racist stereotypes. People just hate him. The character kind of went away. But the reason they were using the phrase Jar Jar Binks Syndrome is George Lucas. Everybody wants him to make new Star Wars movies. But at no point did there appear to be anybody around George Lucas who could say, after he wrote his first draft of the script and there was Jar Jar Binks, that could say to him, you know, George, this isn't a really good idea. This is a really bad idea. You shouldn't do this. The business lesson is simple, right? Everybody in any kind of leadership position is better off if they have people around them who can say, no, that's not a really good idea. Let's rethink this. Let's think about how it's going to go over. Let's think about it from another angle. By the way, this is the other case for diversity, right? You have diversity. You have people with different attitudes, different points of view, different backgrounds. They're going to be the ones who are going to look at you and say, let's think about this again. So who knows? Jar Jar Binks may have something positive to bring the world after all. Jar Jar Binks Syndrome. Always have somebody there who can say, not a good idea. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.